right, we're live, fuckers. We're live. We're here with Drew and Aaron from
Bonjour.
Totally Unicorn.
Hello.
Welcome.
How's tricks, lads?
Fucking happy by the look of it.
We're doing all right. Well, we got to get out of the house and play some music, so it was pretty good.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah, we just played.
Yeah.
It was like not having sex with your partner for a really long time and then just busting it. And that was real good.
You went far longer than I ever would in that scenario. But
Letting-
Well, yeah, we're not.
Letting yourself down or letting your partner down?
Well, yeah, we let everyone down.
but I definitely had fun.
Yeah.
How's it been? So you guys have, when was the last time you guys played in a room together or in a show, both maybe?
I spoke with Adam, sorry, earlier.
well,
Yeah, we had a little practice, but yeah.
we had a practice. We've been kind of writing throughout anyway. Just like at home and over the internet.
You guys all been in Sydney because you're not Sydney originally, like some or most of you.
Well, yeah, like a long time ago. I'm from Wollongong, but I moved up here about 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And a bit of Adelaide in there as well.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Myers is from Adelaide. Our
Yeah,
drummer.
yeah.
And he came into the band about 3 years ago now.
Yeah, wow. I think it has been 3.
So yeah, we're
3 long years.
very long.
Bloody good.
Yeah, we're a bit of a mishmash.
Yeah.
The idea of you guys playing, Aaron and I were talking just before, and I'm intrigued by the difference that happens with bands when they record, they rehearse, they do a whole range of things, and then the live show. Because there's obviously something intrinsically beautiful about creating music, rehearsing it, spending time really getting to bringing something new into the world, which obviously is a really different energy. Well, I'm imagining it's a different energy. But then the live show, especially your live show, which is so fucking explosive. Can you explain to me what that difference is to you emotionally, like post? Like how does it affect your like day?
I think in the writing and just jamming in the room, like, it's pretty chilled. We get excited about playing the music and whatnot. But I think when you get on stage, especially for me, I just get so fucking excited and it's so much fun and just, hanging out with my best mates.
Yeah.
It gets me crazy. So
Yeah.
I do a little cartwheel here and there and have a bit of fun. So it's
A beautiful cartwheel. Where does the excitement bubble from? Is it the fraternity? Like, well, in your case, the fraternity. Is it the bond? Is it expression of something that you've created? What is it?
Yeah, I think it's a few things. I think it's also like maybe a little bit of exhibitionism as well. Like there's people watching you. You kind of got to turn it on and I don't know, you get a little adrenaline boost as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like it doesn't matter if there's 2 or 3 people in the room.
Yeah.
You kind of like, I got to put on a show.
I was thinking watching it because your show was, as if there was like, 300 people in front of you, and just even just with the camera there, it's enough just to, the excitable person in all of us is like, fuck this, turn it on. Is that something that has been from day one with you? Like obviously there's moments like right at the end when Adam hands you the drumstick, there's like slight moments where you've obviously sort of choreographed an essence of it, but like from day one, was it just fucking chaos? Like,
yeah, it keeps getting crazier and crazier. I think we always look at trying to top the last one, which could be bad getting older. I was having a chat with Jay from Frenzel, and he sat me down one day. He's like, mate, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, mate, you're getting on. You're going to fucking kill yourself. I broke my arm a while ago, and I said, well, I just got to chill out. I'm like, mate, I fucking love it. Like, it's fun. And,
How old are you?
I'm 39.
You are getting on. You're the
I'm
oldest,
gonna be
person in the room.
No, I'm going to be 39 in July 14th.
So he's the oldest person in the room.
Yeah. So I'm like
But I
5.
dress like I'm 12.
I'm
so
5 weeks off.
We all have a habit of. I dress like I'm a fucking. I went to work the other day at P&V and I was wearing like fucking matching champion sweats, and Louise just goes, "You look like a fucking giant baby." I was like, "Yes, I do," and I'm so happy.
We stopped dressing babies like babies, and now we dress babies like grown-ups because they think it looks cute or something. And in the ton of it, we just make ourselves look fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, all the time I spend getting my fucking child to photo shoot ready proportions to drop off at daycare. I have no time for my own grooming.
My kid's got
That's
he's got Jordan 1s as hand-me-downs.
Fuck off.
Well,
He does. I don't even know where they came from.
Not from fucking, imagine if they were yours.
He's been in the family for
Got a
3
big
generations.
Third generation Jordan 1s. Did you guys see that fucking Last Dance?
man.
I haven't. I've been getting most of it through these guys. I
Mate.
watched the first episode.
Every fucking Monday it came out, Myers and I, because we lived together, would like wait till 5 o'clock and fucking put it
And
on.
it was a double hit as well. It wasn't one episode. It was, two, it was
man.
just enough.
Did you guys grow up with basketball?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
massive.
We're all the same age. But yeah, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Like a little bit younger, but in that
But
same thing.
yeah, basketball cards were life. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was having flashbacks.
Yeah.
I was
Top
like, oh my
decks.
God, Tim Hardaway.
yeah,
Yeah, you rang all the names. I loved it as well. Like when I grew up, I loved it. I remember we used to go to Florida every year grew up in Scotland, so it wasn't that far. We go to Florida every year for whole Disney World, essentially. It's like fucking fancy Spain. Not even fancy. It's Florida. It's the what's it called? The ball sack of America.
Yeah. It's like where all the old people live, isn't it? Old people in oranges.
Yeah. But we went to
Old people
the
in
Florida
oranges.
Mall, and we went there. And it was Shaquille O'Neal had just come into the NBA, and he was doing like a book signing.
No shit.
And it was like, fuck, that guy's massive.
Yeah.
But I was so into the NBA at that time. I was like, I know this. My parents were like, didn't give a fuck. I was like, he's like a fucking megastar.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
here, like in the mall. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. Did you have a player that you collected in basketball cards?
Yeah, and it was someone, Shawn Kemp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I actually collected
Our
Shawn
bass
Rockets.
player-
We've got a good story about Shawn.
Oh, please, what is it?
No, well, our bass player Dean, massive Shawn Kemp fan. Like,
Really?
When he's feeling down, he'll pop the highlights on YouTube and fucking go crazy for the Rain Man.
Gary Payton
Right.
just dishing it
So
out.
he's been talking about it, and he saw a fucking Seattle SuperSonics back in the day jacket online.
Like full parachute. Like
Yeah, Star
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Not getting through doors.
No, yeah, that's it. And he was like, boys, like, it was a great, like, I don't really want to talk about it. I'm like, what? He's like, I bought this old school Seattle SuperSonics fucking jacket. It is sick. And we're like, how much did you pay for it? He's like, oh, yeah, it went a bit over, He's like, look, it was $400. And we're like, whoa. He's like, yeah. But then there was the exchange rate, and then there was fucking shipping. So it ended up
And then
in
there was a fee.
$600 fucking dollars.
Shut
And
up.
I was like, wow.
So, how do you the parachute shit weighs like fucking 1 gram? It's so light. And it also has this weird the correlation between the heat that it keeps and the fucking weight. So I feel like I'm wearing a cloud, but I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Bullets.
Almost perfect for backpacking. Like, so plastic, you can just get sealed as a can of walnuts.
Just swooshing around.
That's the noise you don't hear anymore. Remember the
shell sit.
The pants?
Yeah.
The shell sits?
And a clash of blue, purple, and green
Yeah.
just mashed together.
Yeah, and then I used to have ones that
Beautiful time.
you could zip the sleeves off.
Oh,
So his parents sent his around as kindling. It was like very flammable children.
I was surprised that none of my family caught fire, to be honest. We were fucking really clumsy and just stupid as well. And we all decked out in parachute pants. And it's like, there was definitely a 3rd-degree burn that was destined for my family. We somehow fucking navigated around. I don't know how it was.
When I was younger, we went to Best and Less, and they had these parachute material NRL tops and bottoms. And my mum was like, "Oh, pick a team. Like, this is gonna be your team for life, And I was like, "Oh, okay. I like the Bulldogs top, and I'll grab the Roosters bottom." So they're like, you can't grab different ones. I'm like, I'm fucking grabbing them. So it's just rocking different teams.
And this is why a 39-year-old is wearing tie-dye shorts. You did pick a team. You did pick a team. You picked fucking Team Drew. 100% back then. You're like, nah, fuck the NRL. I'm picking Team Drew. That's the best.
Oh, that would be shit, that team.
But it was fucking crazy to me, like the power of that fucking documentary for me was like, okay, you had the obvious Jordan narrative, which is the driving force. But what brought home to me so much was how, like, why he should there should be never another person in that sport considered the greatest of all time because of what he did to the actual sport.
Yeah.
Like you could, like LeBron James, you know, like the conversations around him, and it's just after watching, it's like, and I'm a huge LeBron James fan.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I am. I fucking think he's such a great player.
Like, nah.
He's a great, and like going back to Cleveland and doing what he did there, like that's like that wasn't a money play. That was like a fucking that was a moment of like some
moral,
and
settling the hatred that he'd received at that.
And that he'd caused, to be honest.
Miami.
He went after, he chased fucking rings and he got them, and then he came home and he fucking, you know.
But he's 3 for 9 NBA finals. Jordan is 6 for 6.
Yeah, no, oh look, no,
Yeah,
is
it's
he?
true, yeah.
Yeah. Look, regardless of that, like the conversation.
Astounding
is-
fact.
Yeah. No, but
Regardless of
I'm
that,
not the one-
overwhelming fact.
I'm not Stephen A. Smith going.
It's also the
LeBron
team,
James is the
right?
best.
Like
But
it's what
it's-
you're surrounded by as well, you know. Like
Sure,
yeah.
but there is a constant thing of LeBron James versus Michael Jordan, and I feel like The Last Dance just was like the nail in that coffin so fucking hard. It's just like there's not even a point in talking about somebody else because what he did to the game, like he changed everything from the moment he was a rookie. He just like Jordan feel like the fucking Jordan one. You like raised Jordan ones, like he made sneakers.
Yeah.
His brand made sneakers what they are.
They said that when he signed that deal, I think Nike they wanted to sell like $30 million worth of shoes in the first 2 years or something, and in the first year they sold like $140 million worth of shoes. So he created the business, like the NBA, and I think the ABA was these things that had come together. It was kind of like it barely, like Chicago Bulls apparently the soccer team in Chicago were selling more tickets than the Bulls when the current owner took it over, and then he just same way
doing heaps of coke.
Yeah.
How was that story? I love that story at the start. He's just like, oh yeah, what they had like
Drug parties.
He had a name for them.
They had a name for him. I can't remember what it was either. we'll get Reese and fucking Joel to fucking bing. But I was like, what? That sounds like a team I'd get really involved in. They're my favorite fucking team. Fuck the Lakers. I'm a Chicago Bull for life. You're fucking getting coked up. It was like a scene from like that Dewey fucking Walk Hard, the Dewey fucking thing. He's like, no, Dewey, you don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. And Michael Jordan walking in going, watching everyone, just those fucking lines everywhere. And he was so open about it. Like, there's people doing lines, there's girls, there's fucking booze everywhere. And he's just like, I'm going to go back to my room.
And
it's
like snacks from the bar fridge.
and there the legend was created.
But those guys are so fucking pissed off that he said that.
Yeah. Apparently,
really?
Yeah. The backlash of a lot of things.
Horace Grant, like, fucking lost his mind. He's like, he's a fucking snake talking shit about, this shit stays behind doors. He doesn't have to fucking say that. Blah,
Wow.
blah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all pissed off. Scottie Pippen's pissed off that he was made to look like fairly selfish, but it looks like he kind of was a bit.
But I teared up in the Scottie Pippen episode, because they did the Rodman episode, they did the Pippen episode, and then like 10 Jordan episodes. It's just fair enough. But I was really emotional. I didn't realize that he fucked himself so hard in that initial thing, and then you realize why he did. He's like, I'm from a family of like 8 kids or some shit. My dad had a stroke. My eldest brother was disabled. Like all of these massive fucking things. He's like,
yeah, they're like, I'll give you $20 million right now. You're gonna take it.
To anyone in any era of life, that is life changing money to an entire fucking generation of your family.
Yeah.
And he was like, and then skip forward 6 years later, he's like, fuck this. I want more money. Yeah. Which is fair enough because by that point,
they reckon Jordan through his NBA career through playing earned $90 million, and 60 of that were in like the last 3 years or something. Wow. There's the salaries when in the heyday, and there's a big comparison now of like 90s NBA compared to now. Like it's a different game. I watched this weird thing on YouTube that talk like the stats, if it keeps going the way it's going, because now it's just like 3 points. And they're like, this talk of bringing like a 4-point line. And it's like, imagine you did that. Just like, it's just going to be the most boring fucking thing ever to watch. It loses its appeal. Yeah. Like the thing there was so physical, kinds of dunking on each other. Like that's really like famous in Shawn Kemp, like
there's
prime
no
example.
Charles Barkley's anymore.
That's
that's
what.
fucking tough
Nah.
unit.
Yeah, and Scottie Pippen, that when he walked over Patrick Ewing, like the big head,
I
just
still
almost
see that.
teabagged him on the way over.
I think the closest we got, when we can make a little Australian claim to fame, was Matthew Dellavedova in that fucking in the Cavaliers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He was an Aussie guy. He's a fucking shut fuck.
I remember what's
I
his
don't
name,
know.
Shawn,
All those
little
Scottish
fella?
NBA players.
Jock McTavish.
Yeah, he's dunking on everyone. But
He was cutting halftime oranges.
You boys
In
need to try this
Florida.
haggis. Beautiful. Get your heart going.
Fucking is delicious.
It is fucking good.
You know
But
it's delicious.
there was fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, Dellavedova. He was like the fucking bad guy of that final series that Cavs beat the fucking Golden State Warriors when they were down 3-1, and then fucking LeBron, the Cavs fucking came back and won the championship in Game 7. But Dellavedova was getting fucking like hassled like a fuck. He's the dirtiest player in the NBA. All this shit. It was like,
He's just Australian.
what the?
He's from Adelaide, so it's,
Is he really?
Lord of capital of Australia.
I'm sure he's on meth as well.
Yeah.
That's why he's so fast.
He had a shank.
Yeah. I'm off a dirty play, but seriously.
Can't dunk if you got a flat ball.
Imagine that. Fucking throw it back to you. So fucking what's next for Totally Unicorn? Like we're like, you're here, we're here, we're all in the middle of this fucking shit fight.
It's easing. It's
Yeah, what's next steps for you guys? They're not like, oh, this is my career path, but like, where do you guys see we can dream?
Death.
It's coming for us all.
OD? I don't know. No, we're like I said, we're sort of, with all this all this shit. Yeah, I mean, it's been great for me because I haven't been,
Hanging out with us.
well, I mean, I haven't been like staying up as much till like 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, just not as many times. So it's been a bit more spread out. So we've sort of, that's not having that social, I suppose, outlet all the time. It's like we sort of put it all into just like, let's write, we need to put out another record, not take so long to write songs. So we've been doing that pretty much, just like writing and sort of.
We recorded a new single.
We recorded a new single.
Coming out.
I can't
soon?
remember when.
Well, we can't. So we can't.
Oh, we can't do that. Yeah,
we're
we're not
waiting.
on Rolling
We gotta wait
Stone
for
on our ass,
Channel 9 for
But is it
Morning TV with Totally Unicorn.
Go on, Carl.
Can I tell you right now though? My life would be so much better if you guys were on morning television.
yeah.
If I could see Totally Unicorn as a kids at ABC on ABC Kids,
Oh my god.
how good would that be?
Can you imagine? Yeah.
I can imagine.
I'll teach him how to make a real bong.
I just stop being a selfish bong maker and stop taking it from the middle of the fucking hose.
yeah. I'm using a straw.
Unscrew
What
it,
are you doing?
clip it, and put it back. One of our fucking one of the guys we work with, Layla, she's was living.
She's moved up now, but she was living down in
Gaimea.
yeah.
And next to his fucking like this like little 16-year-old bong rat, and she used to just literally come home and it was literally that.
Cut the holes in the middle.
Cut right in the fucking middle for his bong piece. And then when his mum, he'd get sprung by his mum, he'd just throw the fucking bong back over. So he's like, you can kind of have your hose back, but it's stuck in an Orchie bottle 10 metres away from the broken
Tape
bit.
them all together and reach the front lawn.
Cunt. Fucking bongs.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Have you guys been smoking much bongs? What's been...
Yeah, I smoke weed all the time. I love it. I used to smoke heaps of weed out of bongs when I was younger, but...
Has the drug intake gone up? Mine kind of has not. But
it's plateaued. Yeah,
has it changed?
Well, when you're allowed to have, it has. When we were allowed to first have say I think it was like 2 or 3 people over at someone's house. Like it was on for all. It was like my mates are over and it was just like, oh fuck it, let's get it back. It's like, oh yeah, it was sweet.
But definitely from when you were younger up until now.
Up until now.
Preferences.
I think I've changed. Yeah,
I was
changed.
actually specifically speaking about COVID because I started doing a Ritalin in the middle of all of this.
Oh yeah.
I'm interested if anyone else has gone as ghetto as I am.
Wife finding me in the fucking medicine cupboard going, what have we got in here? Okay.
Seriously. I was like,
Yeah.
So,
Someone get that in segments? Let's get that bit.
What does that one do?
Rainbow coloured fucking paracetamol or whatever.
but when you run out of Coke and your fucking dealer's got cutoff times, so they're like, oh, like my dealer was texting me the whole time, like public service announcements, being like,
I get them as well.
So
I've
was
got one
mine.
tonight.
so good is it? It's like, and they're like, in line with current regular restrictions, we will be doing cutoffs at 6 p.m. It's like, fuck off, you can't.
gotta be doing
Come and
that.
give it to me now.
It's going to be 9 p.m. now. Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, and it's gonna like so. My guys most recently said it's midnight. And I'm like, I could track it back through these text messages. Yeah, it's early, Kenny. But
It's earlier than we think.
You can cut a hole in your mask for your nose.
just put 2 fucking straws in there.
I had one night where it was the first night we sort of, a couple of friends had sort of got together and were like, oh, let's suss out, you know, these people have been messaging us. And sort of hit this bloke up and he's like, oh yeah, 15 minutes. We all, yeah, 15 minutes. He's going to be an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so we're all sort of fart-assing around. We'll take good at a time and get some money out. And then, you know, the guy's like, I'm fucking downstairs. I'm like, oh shit. Everyone get their fucking money out.
Yeah, we got $7 on it.
Yeah. So I went down. I had
$7
my money,
bag.
and I get down to the car with the guy. And he's a real nice bloke. Hey man, how's it going? I'm like, sorry, I just like people are getting money out, so I just got to wait for him. And it took like half an hour. Like, I saw one of them running apart, like, down back,
Just
past
robbing
the car,
a local
grabbed the wrong
convenience
card.
store.
Yeah, and they're all like, so I'm sitting there with this bloke, pissed, and I'm trying to like, oh yeah, sorry about this, mate. And it's sort of, I can't handle the awkward silence. So I start like trying to tell him jokes that I've thought about for half an hour. I was like putting on a show for this guy. Like, yeah, just trying to entertain him while he's like, I can see him running past the car. Oh, I got the wrong card. Oh. Running back and forth. And he, I'm so sorry, man. Oh, it's fine. So he's like, business is not booming. So, you know, I can sit here for half an hour. You know?
Yeah.
And he was a good sport about it. Like, eventually I was like, yeah, thanks, man. Like, he's like, yeah, appreciate you telling me those shit jokes.
Yeah, but they're real quick to come to your house now.
But they are really quick. There's one positive to take from this. 15 minutes makes
the
15
leniency
minutes.
on our behaviour. I just be like, I was there fucking 4 minutes ago. Fuck you. Like, fuck, okay. The phone was on silent, prick.
Yeah, you know, I'm the one who is about to give you $300, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of courtesy for the transaction thing, you cunt.
And I'm holding all of this very valuable information right here.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't know.
The disrespect of fucking the drug community in this country. I swear to God.
Bullshit.
I had one guy,
Pissed off.
I
What is
had
that
one
more?
guy the other week who delivered it on foot. I was sitting there waiting for the car. I was like, what car you in, mate? And this bloke walked up. I was like, oh, fuck, this guy's a bit weird looking. He's staring at me. I was like,
He's wearing tracksuit. He's wearing parachute pants.
Was he dressed like a giant baby?
Well, he could afford the $600 fucking tracksuit.
Yeah, he's like a real Shawn Kemp fan.
He's the rain man. He's gonna rain on your nose.
Yeah, I've got these Penny Hardaways on.
Kill a crossover straight in your nose.
I got one
Puma discs.
Jordan on each toe.
Oh, so good.
Expensive footwear. I like it.
Well, fuck. I tell you, and out of all the things that I see as booming has been the drug intake in the majority of my friends has not fucking gone away, and everything else has. They're making their own fucking bread, and they're all like,
it's so good. Oh, my wife's
Aaron
been
is.
killing it, and
Has she?
I fucking love it. I mean, sauerkraut. What's the other? Kimchi.
Sauerkraut?
Kimchi. She's making bread.
she's fermenting fucking.
Yeah, she's making beer at the moment, which is probably not going to be good. But
I tell you what, you should do.
You're going to drink it.
It's made it cocaine.
we've been talking about this actually. We were talking about it the other day. It's
Making your own cocaine. I looked into it. You can buy plants.
Well, that's what I said to her. I was like, "This is you're doing really well, and you know what you're producing is good."
I watched the videos on
Let's get on
YouTube.
some
It takes
coke.
a lot of kerosene.
That's
And a
why
lot
it's-
of time.
That's why it
Dangerous.
smells very petrol-y.
Yeah,
okay?
and I always played that game in my head of like, well, it's from the earth. Yeah? I've always played that game. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know it fucks with my
natural.
heart, but it's not like meth. You know, it's from the earth.
It's
And then I'm
from
like,
the
I watched the video because I bought this land up in just 3 hours north of Sydney, and I was like, fuck, I could
grow some cocaine.
I could grow like 4 cocaine plants in my house. I don't know how many. I'm not trying to
grow like 8
I wanna get
cocaine
around.
plants.
I want to go on Scarface.
I'm not-
I just want
I want some fucking craft cocaine.
He's already got the machine guns.
For moi. some some homebrewed Coke. And I was thinking, so I looked into it. I tell you,
die straight away.
it's a process.
The happiest man ever. It's amazing.
This is so cheap.
It's like when you do your first homebrew and you're like, this is really
It's only up from here, boys.
Every shit in the next day. Like, that was not as good as I thought.
Shit in your pants. You're not dying though. So
It's exactly like when you see like home brewers and they go to talk. We've got one of our beautiful friends. So I'm sure you guys know Ozzy McMahon from Young Henrys.
Oscar.
Oscar, yeah.
Like when I see him, when we're hanging out, and like avid homebrewers will come and talk to him, and he's so kind and so generous.
Just punishing.
But it'd be like me fucking gonna talk to Pablo Escobar. And I did this and then he's just like, I'll get the fuck out of here.
I'll pay someone $1 million to shoot you in the fucking head right now.
But I've been there in my head about thinking this thing about growing my own cocaine.
Yeah, I've been too.
Would it happen,
that
though?
point.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Well, that's
Never
not my
happened,
problem,
is it?
really. It's my wife's problem.
I've never
I was
seen a
gonna
law in Australia. I'll go on record here and you can tell me if there's a law against growing a coca plant in Australia. I don't know if there is.
I don't know if there is.
I don't think there is
like-
either.
I think it's when you make the compound. That
Yeah, exactly. But when are they going to fucking know
They're
what I'm
gonna
doing
know
now?
that, yeah.
And they won't know which house I'm at.
Yeah.
But it's illegal.
I could be at one of two homes. Which one, fuckers?
But it's illegal to text and drive, but it's not illegal to write a handwritten letter and drive.
This is
One of
your
those
loophole.
things. We're like, yeah, I've got
great
coke. And he's like,
Yeah,
no,
I
I've got
didn't
a coke
snort it.
farm in the back of my car. That's not illegal.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like ground up in a little baggie in my pocket. That's I'm good to go.
Yeah,
Thank you,
exactly.
officer.
I'm just chewing coca leaves and taking little sips of fucking kerosene. And spitting it. Spitting it through a straw into my friends' noses. Yes.
Well, I mean, why would you? I mean, like the coke, chewing on a coke leaf all day.
Has anyone ever made cocaine in Australia? Like, has that ever existed?
I don't know anyone.
We're not going to name names. Well, like, we
you
can
got a number?
pixelate your face at this point of the video. Like, pixelate Drew's face for a minute, like 26, 47 seconds while he
often
names this
wonder-
person.
I wonder though if like surely I think sometimes people have to be making it right. Like it can't be all imported.
Well, it's kind of like, what does, so obviously the world's cocaine comes from South America.
Yep.
What does that have out with, because you can grow anything anywhere obviously now, and if there's a similar climate, you can
this
fucking do
conversation.
anything.
But yeah, and there are some like in the hinterlands of
Oh, here we go.
of Byron Bay. It'd be
Oh, don't tell them where it is.
Well, nestled amongst the weed.
Yeah. Oh, Byron Bay, Parkway Drive, making cocaine. All right.
That's how they got the money for the first record.
Yeah, I want to make that fucking bush cocaine in the fucking.
Oh yeah, don't worry, mate. It's bush. It's
Bush rack. I'm in.
I want to buy that cocaine that's nestled within the gum trees.
I don't have to worry about
Along the
anyone
fucking
getting into your
Murray-Darling.
stash either. I mean, none of them are going to bloody snort it, so you've got a good business plan.
Yeah.
They're all straight edge, so we're just going to sell the cocaine. We're not going to. I mean,
We're just gonna exploit you. For that.
if it's our band, we'd fucking. Oh man, well.
If it was your band,
you,
if it was your band, you'd have a very big drug problem and no band. I'm probably incarcerated.
We'd have some good chats though.
we'd have some really good chats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think
write a
there's
book.
I've got a question though, like, and this is for the room, not just for these boys. Do you think, like, I don't know if I'm a drug addict or if I'm addicted to the fucking sound of my own voice or addicted to the conversations that I'm able to have and the sense of connection. And
I'm all of the above, eh?
yeah, that's a good answer. Because I don't know, like I feel like there's definitely a part of me, like I drink this much whiskey and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
But then there's also a part of me when I'm sober and I'm just like, I need to do that.
Yeah.
And I also have very large tracks of my sobriety where, when I'm talking like 2-3 days at a time. But when I'm like, this is the last thing I would want to do is do coke. I don't want to get drunk. I don't want to do coke. And then then there's something real that pulls me and I'm like, and I don't think it's a classic addiction in that sense of, I think people were really unfortunate to feel to have addiction. They have a drink and then that's kind of it. Like really, it's hard. I don't feel like I've got that, but I'm there is definitely a part of me I've romanticized. I'm like, I just want to fucking talk. I just want to be around my friends. I just want to get deep immediately, like not fucking pussyfoot around, just like drunk, bang, here we go.
No, I think you're spot on. I mean, I'm going to use that justification from now on anyway. So that's a good one. But no, I agree. I'm the same. One of my very good mates, we call him the Droid. You don't get anything out of him. Like fucking Monday to Friday, he says nothing. He's just Friday, Saturday, mate. He's just like, you give him a couple of bags and a bunch of beers. He's like, I fucking love you, eh? Mate, I love you too.
That's all he said.
You know, and are you all right? What does that mean? Is that you actually asking how I am? Wow, okay, that's cool, amazing. You know, and I like that as well. I'm the same. To sort of get that all the inhibitions sort of drop down. It's like you can have.
I think it's important for men as well, huh?
Yeah.
But the world's a different place. The world's a different case because of these things.
Alcohol in men is difficult.
Yeah, I think so.
Alcohol in men has a really strong correlation with violence, and I feel like a lot of drug influence actually tempers that violence a lot. But there's also this very difficult thing about being a man, which is, and there's it's gonna, for some parts of whoever listens, the 6 people listening to this podcast. You know, the idea is that like it's difficult being a man. But there is a difficulty in being a man.
I think so.
And being a human, being a person, and being a man is very different to being a woman.
Of course,
and they can bring their own struggles. So that's what I'm talking about. Just in our innate humanity and our differences, we experience things as a generality in very different ways from men and women.
And our cultural place, like
100%. And I feel like I get to be I'm able to speak, like, and I've never really struggled with the ability to speak my mind or my emotions to people.
What?
Yeah.
I would say when you meet Jake, very quickly, when you meet Jake for the first time, it's like meeting someone who's had 6 beers when he's sober.
Yeah, in that peak.
Or had 6
peak
beers.
performance. Yeah.
But I think there's something really, it is kind of something I find really appealing about the role of drugs in my life is that it does break down these barriers, especially these prototypical, stereotypical, masculine things within very masculine men, or men who are, like you said, your fucking mate, the Droid, who's just unable to fucking pull that part of themselves out, whether it's through discomfort, or maybe they're just not inclined to it, whatever. But all of a sudden you get this.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh my God. It's my wife. She heard me talking about masculinity.
But is that not like,
fuck you! I heard you!
Yeah, I think
that's
you're
at
right.
its simplest. I think that's at its simplest level. Like getting people past their inhibitions is at its simplest level. But if you look at, maybe not right now, but the music world and historically and technology, like examples, the Beatles or Steve Jobs, like both very famous drug takers who've changed the world, thinking very differently about, problem solving, or not even problems that existed, thinking about shit that no one's ever thought about. Like that, and that's when there's a real influence on our world now.
That's that
from like
psychedelic.
heaps of fucking,
Yeah.
but fuck, it's
Still drugs.
the same fucking.
Oh yeah, that was.
Do you do psychedelics? Like, are you psychedelic kind of?
Well,
Are you?
I've done it very, very rarely, and I have loved it. I came to it too late in life, and now I got kids. There's a real you got to give it 2-3 days for that shit.
Oh,
and you can't do that with children.
I don't think
I'm too old
if
for
I
it,
had
I think.
kids, I love
touched them.
psychedelics. I fucking love them.
They changed my life.
They changed how I think. Yeah, for sure.
But I don't fuck with them on a regular basis.
No. And you
I give them the respect.
I think you should. Yeah.
I think
that's
it's
a
the
rule.
thing. There was such a series of powerful experiences in my life that I've had spaced over 15, 20 years of doing drugs, and they've been really, and I've never done that. I think it's probably would be a very interesting way to do it, but like a guided fucking trip. Get the shaman.
Do the whole sting. Yeah.
Someone sits you through it, and someone who's sober, someone makes sure you don't have a bad trip, or if you do have a bad trip, they can bring you back and sort you out. It's just mostly been like, oh, here we go. We're eating acid tonight. But it's also I've got a fucking knife in my best friend's face going, tell me what you really feel. I can see the fucking glitter in your eyes. It's not right. It's not aligned correctly. But You know,
But it's
like,
it's a nice sidestep for.
when we saw Sigur Rós together, we shared a
Oh
heart.
man, I saw Sigur Rós on acid. It was
We shared
fucking
a tab of
incredible.
acid together at Splendor.
Oh,
But
yeah, same at that same
the
Splendor.
first time, not the second year. They played the main stage the next year, and it was not.
which one did you see? In the tent?
Same time?
Nah,
Oh,
In the
you saw it on
tent. In the
second.
tent.
Yeah, I saw him in a tent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
dude,
it.
that was
That was
amazing.
I thought it was.
We went up.
thought it was
I went
in
up
the
with a bunch of friends, and we got this beautiful house in Lennox Head, and they were like, I was like, man, this place is beautiful. Well, we should not go to this fucking festival because you know what it's going to
Yeah.
be? It's going to be full of fucking 20-year-olds
Yeah.
fucked on drugs, and it's going to suck.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. Get there. It was a festival full of 20-year-olds fucked on drugs. And everyone was like, oh, this sucks. I was like, no one got drugs. And then we'd known a friend who was working there and was like, oh, the blokes at the bloody food place, they fucking all drop acid at 12 o'clock at night. And I was like, fucking get them on the bar. Get in here.
That food place wasn't Mary's, was it?
No, it wasn't. It might. Oh, no, it definitely wasn't. And we did the same. We with Droid split a tab, and when they fucking opened up, it sort of come on real quick, and all I could hear was silent because everybody's like, oh, it's quiet music, and he was just like, fuck. They got fucking eyes on the back of their heads. This is like,
It was fucking
it was
amazing.
amazing.
It was
man.
amazing.
And that's the only reason we went up there. Everybody,
Yeah.
they're all like, we want to see Sigur Rós. And I was like, I don't need to hear some guy go,
Turns out you fucking do.
I fucking did, yeah. By the end of it, I was like, that is probably one of
Changed
the
your
most
life a little
amazing
bit.
things I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life. It was incredible.
It was incredible. But they brought them back the next year because it was a. Fuck. Everyone must have been on acid because it was such a huge success. Everyone was like,
Also-
Sigur Rós.
Bring him
I
back.
feel
Yeah.
like they have Sigur Rós has this tendency to like just pound the base of your fucking spine and just release it internally. Like whatever you've got stored in your body, they're a fucking pretty incredible band. But
Amazing.
their second show was very difficult to.
Well, it was. Yeah, they put them on the main stage.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. I think they were up
hard
against.
to watch a band
Yeah,
like that
that's
on a
not
But they
fucking
put them up
environment,
against
right?
some, I don't know, like, fuck, let's just say it, SoundCloud rapper, some rapper who's really famous who none of us know any of their songs.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Know
it
their
was-
face
And it was like, they
Know
were
their
like
song.
second to last on, and it was fucking dead. Like on that main
yeah.
amphitheater thing.
Everyone just pulled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. It was just,
And not the time, like
Not the
there's
time.
there's a context for it, sometimes, and maybe.
I respected the bravery of bringing them over and then getting a really great response and then trying to bring him in to the main stage because you're right, Splendor there's a lot of like it's
Yeah.
aimed at the youth quite
Yeah, they're all
predominantly.
20-year-olds.
So there's the power move of trying to push it into that. It was like fucking respect, but the kids
just
were like
didn't
just
work.
What do you want,
like
June
twerking
rats?
over in the
You want
fucking
June
stage
rats, yeah.
somewhere.
Give me the fucking tinnies. Yeah, exactly. Get us a fucking inflatable boat and a fucking.
Yeah, I want to hear this fucking
skate
40
in
minute
fucking
song.
gym.
There's an inflatable of Snoop Dogg looking like a hot dog. Take a selfie with me.
Hey, I could have done a set by itself.
What do you reckon? Has your relationship to fucking to festivals changed over the years? Like, has it? Because we were all 20-year-old kids that munted, and to be honest, I was last year. I was 36. I was a 36-year-old man munted on drugs at a series of
What a
festivals.
time.
But just the drugs change, and my experience changes quite a
Yeah,
lot,
yeah.
and my judgment of it changes quite a lot. But how's it been for you guys?
I've-
Both playing and as a punter.
Playing festivals,
Yeah,
the best day of your fucking
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. People
Going
are
to
loose as
festivals,
I've never been to a
fuck
festival,
that.
ever again. Until we started playing them. That's the only time I sort of went back to festivals.
It's
and it was
crazy,
great
yeah.
because I get real bad like social anxiety unless I'm fucking cooked and I don't care. But having that sort of bit of like refuge of like, you get to sort of get away from
Get out of it.
madness. Like
Yeah.
and it is madness. Like when you're 20 something and you can handle heaps of drugs and piss and the
crowd's another thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not a drama, but
Guy dressed up as Where's Wally and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
No one needs to see that any day of the year.
But it's weird how festivals work.
There's Wally. Shut the fuck up. You're the fucking problem, not him.
It's weird
I
how
love that guy. You're the cunt. Shut the fuck up. Let him walk.
it's weird how festivals work. Festivals wouldn't work
frolic.
unless the bands were having the best time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like so, it's weird that you're both everyone's having a very different experience.
Yep.
But they meet in the middle. So I think we're the same. Like we've been fortunate enough through Mary's and shit and cooking and doing so like Splendor for us. We got a great relationship and it's been so like one of the greatest things we've ever done. But we've got a little pocket like just behind the main stage, and we've got a cool room. We keep some beers and shit, and like, and that's our little haven.
We don't keep
We just hang
anything
back.
else in
We
the
hang back behind the Mary's tent. We hang there. We got our like VBs in the fucking or whatever, like Young Henrys, whatever we're drinking. And,
thank you, Young Henrys.
Jack Daniels.
And Jack Daniels.
And we just sit
helping
there
us
in like
do
in a
this.
really safe pocket. And then I remember the first year we got there and it was pissing. It was a bit muddy. And I remember it's not even a hill. Like it's not even a hill. I remember looking at the horizon, just going, I'm not going fucking over that horizon. And I didn't go over that horizon once. I was like, barely saw any bands. Like, I don't care.
I was like,
I don't fucking care.
It's for the young, right? And it is, and that's what
Young knees.
Yeah.
It's not just for young at heart, it's young knees.
Young knees. And optimism, they got heaps of optimism.
Yeah, I remember going when I was like
before
20.
the world's actually physically and emotionally crushed everything out of you.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, I haven't been jaded by
dude,
the big day out in 95 when you get fucking punched by some prick.
100%. But like, in all honesty, like they are like festivals are literally a celebration of people of youth. That has not been fucking fucked with yet.
Yeah.
And then you've got bands and artists, which is a great segue into a fucking question we've been asking. I didn't mean to do this, but this is
meant to do this.
No, I didn't. you know how
He's got notes written on his hand.
You know how smart I am, and there's no way I'm this smart.
We're within the 20 minutes of the
We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks, guys.
Here's our last question. Goodbye.
The last question. I'm going to direct it to Kenny Graham. No, but so the role of the artist, right, is something it is so important to me, and I've been thinking a lot about over this whole fucking period, and the way that it's changed from like. 1,000 years ago, to now. Festivals are played by people over 30 to people fucking at the age of 20.
100%.
Right? That would be a fair description, I reckon.
Spot on, yeah.
Fucking
Why the
everyone's over
fuck?
45.
Like, how does it happen? Like, why does it happen? Like, my little theory is like the artists are the fucking they take on the world and they spew it out in a fucking way that is sensible. All the chaos we can't actually digest ourselves, and they do it on our behalf, and they give us an outlet.
Well, I mean, like if you were that person still at the festival, you wouldn't be playing music. You know what I mean? I mean, like you kind of get to one point of being the person on the other side of the stage where I kind of haven't missed out on heaps of this, but like where you're not going to festivals and focusing on that, and you're focusing on your other thing.
But where does that change happen? Like, where does it become not just be, I'm not content to be a viewer, a consumer, but I want to create? Like, where does that really deep...
That was always for me, as a young'un playing like guitar and music. Like even then, going and seeing shows, I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to be up there. I want to be playing. Like, I want to be watching. And then watching was okay. And I don't mind going to gigs, but I'd rather be playing it,
And there's a level of when you want to be at that point, because you just want to be, without sounding like very expressive and just feel free for a moment, and then it comes that point when you see the joy it gives other people, and then it becomes something else, and then you perform the perform, like the energy you guys put into performance really kicks in. Yeah. It's like it changes from you just like, I just want to fucking scream for fucking like an hour a week at least, because it makes me feel better, and then you see that people get something out of that, and it becomes something fucking bigger.
And it is, and that's like that reward in itself is like, again, we've covered this already. I love drugs, but nothing comes close to that, to be able to get up and one, have a connection with people, but two, be able to like, I don't know, be in a room with a bunch of people you don't fucking know and be able to have some camaraderie, I suppose, or some enjoyment.
But what is it? What part of your brain does it unlock?
I don't know. I don't know if it's an exhibitionist kind of thing where it's like I feed off this, I'm front and center attention, and I get to dictate how we roll from here on. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I feel like we're playing music that we wrote, and there's fucking shitloads of people watching, and they love it, and it's just like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
like,
a sense of pride.
This is crazy. Like the bands that I used to listen to when I was younger, and I used to go to the fucking youth center shows and stuff, and just go, this is the fucking greatest.
Yeah.
And thinking maybe these people are thinking the same thing while they're watching us.
Yep.
I remember
pretty
watching this.
fucking
I think it was whether you love him or hate him, whatever. It was an Oasis documentary.
Fucking love them.
I do love Oasis.
I love them. Like, but it was.
It's okay that you hate them.
No, I love them.
Can't deny.
I love them.
But there
We
was-
can argue. Let's
The
argue.
point is just like the flip in. So it come from grunge, and grunge musicians were like, we don't want to be famous. Like nobody fucking look at us. Like we don't even want anyone to come to our shows. We just want to play because we got stuff to say. Doesn't give a shit.
Turns
And then-
out
and
there
then
was
wait-
like one of them that had something to say, and that was it. But when you look at it, when you look back on it, you're like, grunge. Who was saying what? One of them, and he killed himself.
I think on the documentary it was Lars Ulrichs talking about it. And he was saying, and then Oasis came out, and they were like, "Fucking look at us! We're the fucking coolest thing you've ever seen. We want to get rich.
Yeah.
We do heaps of drugs.
Yeah.
We love it. Like we've never We've never had more fun being fucking famous ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and it was such a change. Like you don't think about it. Just like the charts shifted from one thing to another, but they shifted from this whole idea of like shyness and coyness and unwillingness to sort of be proud in things you achieve to a really overzealous, aggressive,
And this
like
is
just
up in
fucking,
Sheffield,
we're
we
the
don't
fucking
fucking
greatest
care.
band you've ever had.
That's what I'm saying. Like artists reflect fucking reality. You know, like they take on and they become like they become the zeitgeist. They're representations of it. You know, which is why like there was a fucking self-loathing from a huge part of fucking especially
Because it
parts
come
of
from a
America.
really it come
Post
from
80s,
it come from a heavy hairband metal where everyone was like, look at us, we're like so cool.
Well,
and
it's
they were
that
not
knee-jerk,
cool.
right?
So
So-
it was
It's knee jerk with this
pendulum.
Yeah, pretty much like that, especially in the '80s of that like this glamour, like self-indulgence.
How do you guys feel about
So
that
self-indulgent.
metal?
I don't dig it.
Do you guys call it metal?
It is not fun.
It's the where
They
they
call it hair metal.
Yeah,
Guns
and
N'
that-
Roses was
is
the
it
first
said with
step
a great
out of
deal
it,
of derision?
to a degree.
I like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah,
Guns N'
I
Roses
love
are
some
kinda cool,
Roses
yeah.
songs. Motley Crue, I don't
Fuck
like.
Motley
I
Crue.
can't stand that kind of shit, to be honest. Like
I hate Motley
hate
Crue.
it.
Whenever I go into Mary's and they're
rock,
playing that
cock
shit, I
rock.
just want to fucking throw
I was
it.
gonna say they always play at fucking Mary's.
Oh, fuck off.
Can you get someone
I'll tell you right now,
get someone on the
I
blower?
hope one of the fucking 6 people listening is
It's
works
not on
at Mary's.
our playlist.
Take off your battle
Never
jacket.
been on one of our playlists. I fucking hate that. And there's other
Oh, fuck. I'm
there's
really
rock and
disappointed
roll
to hear
bars
that.
across the world.
Really?
I'm like,
I can't dig it. I don't
I
know.
thought you'd love it.
oh fuck off.
It
I
just-
hate
it's
Motley
very
Crue.
insidious.
I hate I deal with Guns N' Roses on
Guns
this
N' Roses,
on this level.
I tell you,
They were a great band. They were the best of a
Good
generation.
songwriters. Good
Yeah,
songwriters.
great songwriters. But they were the best of a generation of music that if I could wish
never the
away,
arse
I
end
would.
of it.
That
They were
Terminator
I would-
2 song was cool.
That was very cool. You could be mine. So good.
When the ginger kid gets smashed against the arcade machine.
They're trying to wrap us up. They can go fuck themselves.
No, that was just Layla saying goodbye.
Oh, good. Oh, bye, Layla.
Bye,
Love
Layla.
you.
Quickly, I'll grab.
But look, yeah, whiskey as well. I mean, ice.
We will have to wrap it up though.
Oh, we do have to wrap it up. But
gee.
yeah, I
Fair
know.
enough.
You can come
But
back.
For 4 hours.
But yeah,
come back.
I want to say I'm really upset about that. Like, there's not one playlist, so there's not
And
one
you don't
day
know-
that Jake
you
and
don't
I have
wanna be
ever been in
around when
charge
Kenny
of.
gets really upset.
There's not one day that we've ever been in charge of Mary's that shit ever played.
Yeah,
I,
right.
walked,
I fucking hate
I
that
walked into
shit.
Mary's last night. I said, "Can I go put some music on?" Obviously, pretty being a little bit
Cigar Ross.
fucking stupid because it's my fucking venue. I put whatever music I want. I went behind. I put Vandalay Geeks by the fucking National because I used to listen
yeah,
to that.
yeah.
I used to listen to that song all the time at the close of Mary's. But not when we were packing down. Like between 10 and midnight on a Tuesday night when we're hungover on a Monday.
It's a very Tuesday night song.
Yeah, dude, and they
Fuck,
were
I
like,
wanna
"Why would
kill
you play
myself."
this?" Yeah, 100%. But like that's-
Wednesday does not look appealing.
like, I don't want to walk into any bar in any part of the world at any degree of drunkenness or highness on a rainy Tuesday when it's fucking basically empty and listen to fucking Motley Crue. Like, I cannot imagine a worse day.
Yeah.
I would be like, you just killed my entire fucking day. Like, no, like put on some fucking appropriate like music.
Give me
needs
some
to-
chisel.
But music's meant to be appropriate. Like that,
yeah.
that's the idea of
I think it's
being
the
stuck.
equivalent. I put this thing up. We've both been very off social media for a long time, and with everything we've gone through, and we lost a lot of staff, and we kind of had to get back into that world. So we had to go back on Instagram, and very quickly you sort of read
Cesspit.
what people are doing. And I would appropriate Motley Crue as the equivalent of the fire emoji, which I put up as like, I put up in my personal one saying, this is what people say now when they've got absolutely fuck all to say. I was like, we just go fire, 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 yeah, fire, fire. I was like, shut the fuck up. If you say something.
Motley Crue's like,
Say you hate it or you like it. Don't just put up 3 fire emojis and think that I give a fuck about what you've said. It pisses me off, man.
what else grinds your gears?
Fucking heaps.
Yeah. Okay, but social media.
All right, let's go.
I've been.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Are you guys,
There's
do
an
you guys-
episode 2
Do you
here.
guys love or do you love hate or do you?
I
do you
love hate it.
social media.
I love it because of the connectivity. Like I love.
I used to love it for that.
Yeah, I'm a sucker, and I love reading comments purely from a. Yeah, I love it, and
got
I
me into that.
spend
I
all
love
day.
it. It's one of the funniest things of all time.
Yeah,
and a
and
real
it's
insight
frustrating.
into culture.
Yeah, same. It's like it's one of the things I hate. Like I hated festivals, but one of the things I liked was people watching. Like I loved sort of getting this idea of
Sounds
one
creepy.
where I fit in the world, but where where people are, or just sort of having some idea of people and seeing, especially in the comments, like I get fucking so angry sometimes. I'm just like, I just want to
For no reason,
I
yeah.
just
Yeah,
want
we all do.
you.
You have to
ignorant
rationalize
cunt.
it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, but it's a good I don't know,
Yeah, we
open
all-
into the
We're gonna get the
diversity
note.
of society.
I agree.
Do you know, I was seeing that whole Joe Rogan sold to Spotify thing.
Oh yeah,
Right.
got quite a few mil.
Show me the fucking note, you dick.
Says 5
I've
minutes.
got 5 minutes.
Oh, whatever.
What do you think of that?
You could just do this.
So the only thing what I think about, I think I don't care. I really like the Joe Rogan podcast. Only when he's got interesting people. I care nothing for his mates
or his fans. Yeah.
Like, well, no, I love his fans.
Oh, do you?
I know, but this is what I love about his fans. So talking about the comments. If you look on the Joe Rogan podcast things after that was announced, basically there was just this stream of people going, does Spotify have comments? What am I going to
do with my life?
What am I going to do with my comment family? And they actually have a community that doesn't even listen to the fucking podcast.
They just comment.
They just comment.
heavy.
They do the clips and they take these little thing and they do the whole Joe.
you on DMT?
Joe, have you tried DMT,
Yeah.
Rogan? Like thing.
Yeah.
But there's this entire community of human beings spread across the globe who are bound to that podcast because of nothing that comes out of that bald fuck's head.
Wow.
Nothing. They're literally there for each other. And they found this platform. And I was like, this insight, I was like, oh my God, this is Joe. Everyone else is like, Joe Rogan is this genius. No, Joe Rogan posts 4 times a day for the last 12 years. That's why Joe Rogan's big.
Yeah.
And he's
And MMA got really
and
huge at the same
MMA,
time.
but and you know what? He's obviously a driven, talented, amazing human.
And he also gets polarizing characters in a medium that you don't get to go.
And he talks to them for long periods of time.
yeah.
And you know what? The
And if you don't
polarizing.
agree with them, you get to hear what they're talking about. which
Absolutely. And
I think that's cool.
I completely fucking agree with all of that, but that is not the power of the Joe Rogan podcast on the fucking on the dollar bills. The dollar bills is the clicks and the fucking bits and the clips, but the actual power, like the thing that kind of drives a lot of that is this community here,
Who just want to post.
who just want to be around each other,
Who just want to interact.
which is. You know, like we give it a percentage. I don't know. Maybe it's 5% of his fucking thing. Maybe it's 25. I don't know. But regardless, it's a fucking notable percentage of the reason that
So you're
man
saying
has
he just
any
sold
sort of
them
cut
out?
through. No, I'm saying he didn't ever consider them because but I don't even know if he's aware of it.
Well, he
to the
sold them
degree.
out because
Well,
he's
that's a
taken
fair
their
statement. Yeah.
statistics to make it tangible around a money situation and not giving a fuck about the community.
The suggestion box for Spotify is just going to go through the fucking roof.
They're gonna have to get one, and they're gonna have to get one, and immediately be like, "We should never have done this." Yeah, he just brought down them. They just paid $100 million to bring down Spotify. You fucking idiots!
Well, you guys will be like that one day when you get that 100 mil for Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this podcast. This will be the biggest one. This will be the one that puts us all to jail. And they'll be like, "Wait, you got to give us the numbers of these people, their addresses." We're like, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
be done by prison phone. He was arrested growing cocaine in Dungog. Again.
yeah. And he was wearing three different NRL tops at the same time.
Narrowed it down to 2 hours. Can't work out which one it is.
The reason he evaded for so long was that there was always sightings of the man in a Rabbitohs outfit and a Bulldogs outfit. They couldn't fucking get him squared away running down the road.
And a pair of Jordans.
Are you from the eastern suburbs?
Where are you? Boys, thanks so much.
Thank
Hey,
you so
can I
much.
ask a question before we finish?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
One
Thanks so much
question.
for being here.
All right, let's have a vote. Michael Jordan is a prick.
Yes, I vote.
Yes.
Yeah,
as
I
a-
vote yes. As a human being?
Yes.
Yeah, but he's a
he's great.
As a person, yes.
As a prick.
As someone who's, I think, like,
think
as
he
someone
has a
who's
choice,
as
though.
someone who's pushed things further along.
I don't believe in free
It kind
will.
of, I
Neither
feel
do
like
I.
you can't help it.
Yes! He doesn't believe in free will neither, motherfucker!
Me neither.
You are coming back on a podcast and we're just going to sit down and do
He talks
this.
about it all the time. And I don't believe in it. It sounds
No, you
bullshit.
see, I think he's a prick, but I don't hate him for it because I don't think he has a choice.
I think he's a cheese.
he's
Like
driven
fucking.
into the territory,
I'm sure
right?
Morrissey's a prick. You know, like it's like.
Oh, he is,
it's
definitely.
like Picasso's
I'm
a fucking
sure
prick. Like,
some people think I'm a prick.
What?
I know, right?
Some. What's the word between some and most? Joking. I love you so much.
I know you do. You're the difference between some and most.
Does Kenny people think you're a prick? All right, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having
amazing performance.
Did we answer the
so
Michael
nice.
Jordan question enough for you though? Yeah, I think he's a fucking prick.
Yeah, and
But I don't hate him for it.
Nah,
And I think-
I think
honestly
it comes
think
with
he
the
can't help
territory,
it.
right?
He
Like-
can't. He couldn't help it.
and he might have jaundice.
Yeah.
He definitely does.
I watched it. He's got jaundice. Like, his eyes are
eyes.
so
I thought
yellow.
he was
Smoking
stoned all the
so
time, yeah.
many cigars.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
I love smoking the durry.
Me too.
I love him.
Me too.
But I fucking give me a cigar. Fuck.
No way.
Nah.
Jesus. I'm like,
Oh fuck!
It's like 5 cigarettes a
Different
month.
story. I'll tell you this. Yeah, later.
no, don't tell me on fucking podcast.
Oh no, it's really not that important, but it's funny and you'll like it.
Yeah, no, I no.
That'll go on the Patreon.
That's all right.
The-
yeah.
It's really
So
boring.
thank you so much for. and you
not
can
wanna give it-
subscribe here.
You do not want to give it any airtime. Don't worry.
Ow!
No, it's
Now I really want to hear this story.
you, James.
All right, totally unicorn boys, Aaron, Drew.
Fucking
Thank you,
perfect.
gentlemen.
You've not just been
Thank
a pleasure
you.
to talk to. Oh, sorry, not just been a pleasure to fucking listen to, but you've been such a pleasure to actually just hang
Talk
out
to.
with. And chat with.
Thanks for having us.
That was great.
We'd
you,
love
thank
to
you.
do this. Actually, I'd like to just do this.
Talk about
podcast again.
free will. Fuck that.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
I would really like to do that. He'll get on board. Don't worry. Trust me. He doesn't have a choice.
All right. See you next week.
Love you, boys. Thanks,
yeah.
gentlemen. Appreciate it. Take care.